Hi there. Okay, so first video of our 5 days of back to basics Pilates, fitness Pilates. We're going to start off with a bit of mobility, just taking you through some of the moves, just to try and release the joints, warm up the muscles, and just get a bit of movement in the body really. So I want you to bring your feet into parallel. You're going to spread the toes, you're going to gently press the feet into the floor, and I want you to think about lengthening those legs. As you lengthen the legs, you're going to lengthen the spine, you're going to roll the shoulders, open the chest, and just reach the fingers towards the heels. And then I want you to soften the knees slightly. I'm going to start to tilt the pelvis, so I'll just turn to the side so you can see. So I want you to imagine there's a point A and a point C. So point A is pressing forwards, so you're bringing the hip bones forwards, and then as you exhale, I want you to tuck in the opposite direction, okay? So you're going to C. So you're going from point A to point C. Just do that a few times just to release the lower back and just bring your awareness to that area. And then you're going to try and settle somewhere in the middle, so a point B. So it shouldn't feel forced. And then when you found your point B, I want you just to gently lengthen through those legs again. Okay, from here, your shoulders are away from your wrists, and you're just going to bring your fingers underneath the ribs, fingers over the belly button. And I want you to try and focus on the breath. I'm just trying to calm the mind, calm everything down before we start. So just bring your focus to the moves and take a nice wide breath. So as you inhale through the nose, I want you to start to think about expanding through your waist. So you're pushing your belly towards your fingers. So inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale through the mouth, you're just gently drawing in. It's not forced. You're drawing the belly button towards the spine and you're pulling in. So you're getting that deep core connection. And again, inhale and expand through the waist. And as you exhale, I want you to gently draw in. So we're just trying to work those postural muscles. And again, inhale and expand. Again, try not to force it. Exhale through the mouth and gently draw in. So don't worry if you don't get the breath straight away, it doesn't matter. But it's just trying to calm everything down, so don't let it stress you. Inhale. And exhale. And then just gently hold. So you're pulling belly button towards the spine, pulling through your waist. You've just got a bit of a connection going on. You're just gently bracing. Okay, so we're going to start to get a little bit of movement through the body. So I want you to reach the fingers towards the heels. I want you to lengthen through the neck. And then I want you just to squeeze the shoulders and release down. And again, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. One more. And then reach the fingers towards the heels. Lengthen through the neck a little bit more. And you've still got a little bit of a squeeze going on in the upper back. So I want you to slowly start to turn the head. So you're just releasing any tension in the neck, and try not to force it, just ease into it. And then from there you're going to start to semicircle, so bring the chin towards the chest and take it to the other side, and again chin to chest. Might be a bit of creaking going on. We're just trying to release it. And then I want you to come to the centre. As you bring your chin towards your chest, I want you to roll your shoulders back a little bit more. You're going to take your hands behind, link the fingers, and just start to extend those arms away. Try not to lock out the elbows, just keep them soft. So you're feeling the stretch across the chest, you're getting into your shoulders, and you're feeling that in the neck as well. Okay, so from there, you're going to release. I want you to take your head over to one side. So think about keeping the shoulders level, down away from your ears, and just take the head over to one side. And just see if you can find a bit of a stretch there. So once you've found it, you're going to take the hand behind. I want you to gently grab hold of the wrist and start to pull. It's not a strong move, it's just trying to release any tension, more tension. And then come back to the centre, and you're going to take the head over to the other side. Take hold of the wrist and gently pull. So as you pull, try and release this shoulder a little bit. And release, bring the head back to the centre, and then you're going to start to loosen off those shoulders. So you're bringing the shoulders all the way up to the ears, taking them back and down. And then you can start to use the elbows, so just making that move a little bit bigger. Gently squeezing the shoulder blades, and then you can lengthen through those arms. You're taking them all the way back and down. And you'll probably find that you're a little bit tighter one side than the other, but try not to force it, just ease into it. And then reach the fingers towards the heels. You're going to take the hands in front, and then I want you to open the chest, come centre and release. Taking the arms forward, taking them wide, gently squeezing the scapula and release. So the shoulders stay down away from the ears. One more. Taking the arms forwards, take it wide, come centre and down. Then you're going to take one arm up, you're going to push the palm away, and one arm pushes back. So from this angle, slightly pushing back without arching back, just lengthening through the spine. Again, try not to force it, just getting that movement in the shoulders. One more on each side, and then come back to the centre. Reach the fingers towards the heels, and then we'll just start to get some lateral movement in the spine. So just ease into it. You're gently pressing the feet into the floor, lifting out of the ribs, and just being aware of that connection in the core. So you're not putting any pressure on your back. And then come back to the centre, and then I want you to do a bit of rotation. Just release the arms. There might be a bit of clicking going on, maybe your knees or ankles. And then come back to the centre. From here, I want you to do a back extension. So you're going to take the arms up, reach the fingers. I want you to drop the shoulders away from the ears, and you're just going to lift the front of the ribs. So a small back bend, and then inhale and release. As you exhale, I want you to soften the knees and just come halfway. So the hands come just past the knees. You're going to tuck your chin in, and I want you to arch your back all the way up to the ceiling. So you just try to release the middle of the spine. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine, roll the shoulders, and then reach the fingers towards the heels. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, take the arms up, drop the shoulders away from the ears, then lengthen through the front of the body as you exhale. Inhale and release, and then soften the knees, exhale and roll down. Just come halfway, relax the arms, relax the neck. Draw the belly button towards the spine. You're pushing your spine towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you exhale, belly button to spine, spine to the ceiling, and reset at the top. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of balance now. So I want you to transfer the weight into one foot. You're trying to keep that leg strong, and you're going to take the other foot in front. From here, I want you just to flex and point the ankle. You're trying to release any tension in the ankle joint. You might feel that pulling on your calf or your shin, back of the knee, anywhere that you're tight, and then you're going to start to circle the ankle. So just releasing. Again, there might be a bit of clicking going on, and then change direction and release. And then if that leg is going to start to come forwards and backwards, so you're just releasing from the hip. And then you're going to tap forwards, and you're going to semicircle around. So tapping in front, and then tapping behind. Just trying to release those hips. Good, and then we're going to bring the feet back into parallel. So you've got that foot's distance, lengthen through the legs, transfer the weight into the other side, extend the leg in front, and then flex and point. So again, releasing the ankle. And then start to circle. So taking it in one direction, and then in the other. Good, then you're going to bring that leg forwards and backwards. Again, starting to release the hip. And then tap the toe and circle around, trying to keep the hips facing forwards. And again, you might notice you're a little bit tighter one side than the other. Pilates, we're trying to balance you out. Good, and then bring the feet back into parallel. I'm just going to do a few squats. So I want you to reach the arms forwards and press into the heels as you come up. So don't go too low. Your knees are tracking over your toes, middle toes. You're gently easing into your heels and bringing your bottom back. Try not to drop the chest. One more. Good. And then from there, I want you to reset. We're going to start to pedal through the feet. So you're going to lift one heel, gently push the knee forwards, and then switch. So again, try and keep the hips level. You're not hitching. Taking it from one side to the other. And then reset. So this time we're going to squat. You're going to take the arms forward and we're going to come up onto the toes. So I want you to lift the heels. And again, reach the arms forwards and then come up onto the toes. Just a couple more. Good. And then from that position, we're going to roll all the way down. So I want you to take a big breath in, drop the shoulders. I want you to lengthen through the front of the body. So lift the ribs, lift the chest. Inhale and release. As you exhale, soften the knees. Ease yourself a little bit more. Just go to wherever feels comfortable. I want you to make sure your knees stay soft. If you need to rest your hands on your shins or your thighs, that's fine, depending on how tight your hamstrings are. But just try and release the neck and the shoulders. And then from there, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, belly button to spine, spine to the ceiling, and ease yourself all the way to the top. Reach the fingers, lengthen through the legs. We'll do that again. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift the front of the body, lift the ribs. Inhale and release. As you exhale, to soften the knees, start to roll down. And just hand at the bottom. Take a breath in. As you exhale, belly button to spine, spine to the ceiling, and then ease yourself all the way to the top and reset. Okay, so you should be feeling a little bit looser. All the joints have been mobilised, and we can get on with a bit more of a workout.